North Korea is on a propaganda overdrive. The country is celebrating the conclusion of its 8th Party Congress. The celebrations are made for television, but the weapons being displayed are not. Weapons like a submarine-launched ballistic missile. 4 of them were showcased during the celebrations. What for? This report explores.
Pompous parades, larger-than-life celebrations, grand group photos, and made-for-television propaganda. North Korea is on a roll. It is celebrating the conclusion of its 8th Party Congress. Emotions are running high. Dressed in a black leather coat and a black fur hat, the supreme leader is overseeing every little detail, as jets fly above him, releasing celebratory flares in the air. And an orchestra performs military symphonies on the ground. It's a blockbuster show, and the perfect time to showcase the country's might. North Korea has unveiled the latest addition in its weapon arsenal. A submarine-launched ballistic missile with black and white cones. At least 4 of them were put on exhibit. The state media is calling it the world's most powerful weapon, a strategic game-changer. It's a solid-fuel, short-range ballistic missile, more mobile and more quickly deployed than liquid-fueled versions. It could enable Pyongyang to launch a surprise attack on the United States. In fact, this military extravaganza is being seen as a message to the incoming Biden administration to extract concessions. This could explain why.
What has he done? He's legitimized North Korea. He's talked about his good buddy who's a thug.
Not only did Joe Biden call Kim Jong-un a thug, he even compared him with Hitler.
You know what, North Korea, we're not in a war. We have a good relationship. You know, people don't understand. Having a good relationship
Trump,
with leaders of other countries is a good thing.
We have a lot of questions to get to.
Your response. And we had a good relationship with Hitler before he, in fact, invaded Europe, the rest of Europe. Come on.
The comparison has clearly not gone down well with the supreme leader of North Korea. This show of strength could be a carefully calibrated message to America to watch out. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.
Kim Yo-jong, the sister of North Korea's leader, delivered a blunt message to the US administration on Tuesday. A newsreader on state media relayed Kim's words, warning that the Biden White House was, quote, trying hard to give off gunpowder smell in our land, and that if the US wants peace, it had better refrain from causing a stink. She also criticized the ongoing joint military drills in South Korea that kicked off last week. The timing of the comments coincides with US Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin's trip to Asia this week. Their first stop has been Japan, where Blinken said he wanted to work with allies on the denuclearization of North Korea. North Korea has so far rejected US attempts to engage in dialogue, the White House said on Monday.
This follows over a year without active dialogue with North Korea, despite multiple attempts by the US to engage. So diplomacy continues to remain our first priority. I think you can all anticipate that there will be a continued expansion of engagement with partners and allies in the region, and this will, of course, be a topic of discussion.
As a chill in relations that started under former President Trump extends into the current administration. Trump held 3 high-profile meetings with Kim Jong-un, but North Korea ended the talks and says it will not engage further unless the US drops its...
This is the Wartime Broadcasting Service. This country has been attacked with nuclear weapons. Communications have been severely disrupted, and the number of casualties and the extent of the damage are not yet known. We shall bring you further information as soon as possible. Meanwhile, stay tuned to this wavelength, stay calm and stay in your own house. Remember, there is nothing to be gained by trying to get away. By leaving your homes, you could be exposing yourself to greater danger. If you leave, you may find yourself without food, without water, without accommodation, and without protection. Radioactive fallout, which follows a nuclear explosion, is many times more dangerous if you are directly exposed to it in the open. Roofs and walls offer substantial protection. The safest place is indoors. Make sure gas and other fuel supplies are turned off and that all fires are extinguished. If mains water is available, this can be used for firefighting. You should also refill all your containers for drinking water after the fires have been put out, because the mains water supply may not be available for very long. Water must not be used for flushing lavatories until you are told that lavatories may be used again. Other toilet arrangements must be made. Use your water only for essential drinking and cooking purposes. Water means life. Don't waste it. Make your food stocks last. Ration your supply, because it may have to last for 14 days or more. If you have fresh food in the house, use this first to avoid wasting it. Food in tins will keep. If you live in an area where a fallout warning has been given, stay in your fallout room until you are told it is safe to come out. When the immediate danger has passed, the sirens will sound a steady note. The all clear message will also be given on this wavelength. If you leave the fallout room to go to the lavatory or replenish food or water supplies, do not remain outside the room for a minute longer than is necessary. Do not, in any circumstances, go outside the house. Radioactive fallout can kill. You cannot see it or feel it, but it is there. If you go outside, you will bring danger to your family and you may die. Stay in your fallout room until you are told it is safe to come out or you hear the all clear on the sirens. Here are the main points again. Stay in your own homes, and if you live in an area where a fallout warning has been given, stay in your fallout room until you are told it is safe to come out. The message that the immediate danger has passed will be given by the sirens and repeated on this wavelength. Make sure that the gas and all fuel supplies are turned off and that all fires are extinguished. Water must be rationed and used only for essential drinking and cooking purposes. It must not be used for flushing lavatories. Ration your food supply. It may have to last for 14 days or more. We shall repeat this broadcast in 2 hours' time. Stay tuned to this wavelength, but switch your radios off now to save your batteries until we come on the air again. That is the end of this broadcast.